J-Lo dancer. Nobody dances like J-Lo. She's got her own signature way of moving that body. Bad treatment of black dancers in Motown tribute. Oh, come on now. Choreographer Dexter Carr made allegations about Jennifer Lopez during his time working with her back in 2019. Watch.
I have a J-Lo story. The year is 2019, and I'm dancing with Jennifer Lopez in the 2019 Grammys, and she was asked to do the Motown tribute, and she said yes. As we all know, Motown is a record label, is black-owned, a home to the most iconic artists in history, Diana Ross's Supremes, The Temptations. Like, come on now, we know what's going on. I had worked with her previously before. I did a music video of her, couple performances, I think Billboard Awards, some other stuff too, which, you know.
It was cool, whatever.
I was just very shocked that she was going to do a Motown tribute at the Grammys, which is a award show for music. I walk into rehearsal on the first day. Here was the first red flag for me. I walk into rehearsal the first day to the Motown tribute rehearsal. There was only 3 black people, including myself. Everybody else in the room was white or other, you know, Hispanic, but there was 3 black people in the room, and that was the dancers. Okay, we move on, we press on. I'm noticing that even when we're doing formations, like we're being placed on stage, I'm talking about us as far as the black dancers, we're being pushed away from the center, which is where she is. I remember this, like I really remember this moment. It was me and the other black dancer that were opposites. We were right, it was her in the middle and then it was us two. She said, they have to move. They have to move. Okay, we move past that. Right, we move past that. We probably now into like the 3rd or 4th day of rehearsal, right? And that article came out saying, you know, why is J-Lo doing the Motown tribute? Like, I don't know if y'all remember that, but an article came out saying, I think it was like Variety, but something big, a publication came out asking why she's doing it. The team sat us down and they were like, I know you guys are seeing some negative press and blah, 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 blah. Josh, she gonna walk in, talk about,
y'all know what? We're gonna show them why I'm doing it.
I remember she like raised her. I was dying. I didn't know what was going on. I was so confused. I was so confused.
That might be confusing. J-Lo with a fist in the air. Okay. Nina Simone. So that's Dexter Carr. Let's let him describe what happened next.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Press on. That day of rehearsal was like actually easier. So like I was just like chilling. At this point, y'all, I'm here. I'm doing my job. That's what I'm doing. Break for lunch, right? My hair at that time looked like this. So I'm there with the choreographer at lunch. We're all talking. I think Jennifer's there. She's talking to us too, actually kind of being funny or whatever. And literally looks at me dead in my face. She goes, so what are we going to do with your hair? Oh, yeah, girl, I get it. Listen, I get it. Is my hair Motown? No. Ain't nothing about this performance Motown. Ain't no Mo, ain't no town in here. Hi, I just want to take a brief intermission from the story to remind everybody that there was a salsa breakdown. But you worried about my braids. Also, I want to be very honest. Like, let's be clear. It was 2019. I was really in my professional dancer bag. I was trying to dance behind artists and do the things. So I'm happy that happened when it did, because if it was 2024, I went to my friend who's a hairstylist. Shout out to Tiger Bomb. He's the best hairstylist in the world. I love him so much. He basically gave me like a custom like Motown look because I was so scared. I was like, I'm gonna get fired. Like, I don't know what to do. So Tiger ends up giving me this look, which I ended up loving. So shout out to Tiger. What really gagged me is I'm over here thinking like everybody's gonna be doing like a Motown, like a vibe, like, but again, I remember what I said. There's only 3 black people. So I'm trying to think, what's everybody else gonna do? Child, look at what they was doing. And what really sucks is, like, the black dancers that were on the job were, like, phenomenal. Like, I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there, but, like, the female dancer that was in the female section with all white and other females, like, she was whooping ass, like, eating those steps. Pushed out, pushed to the side, push. Honestly, it was a line. She was all the way at the end. And I remember sitting on the side and being like, but not only, like, forget the fact that she's black, she's eating. And let's not forget the fact that she's black. It's a Motown tribute. So yeah, child, that's the last time Yenny from the block got any of my time, my energy, and, you know, ham and cheese on a roll with a bag of chips and an orange drink. If you know, you know.
I rather enjoyed his way of storytelling. We see you, Dexter Carr, a phenomenal dancer. As of this report, Lopez has not responded to Mr. Carr's allegations. This year has not been great for her, PR-wise. I like his hair now, but his hair is fine the other way, too. Earlier this month, Jennifer Lopez became the newest celebrity roped into this massive legal drama surrounding Diddy this year. A report claimed that the FBI was looking into allegations that the rap mogul had her carry his gun the night of the Shine nightclub shooting. That allegation came down just a few weeks after even more bad news hit for J.Lo, including her divorce from Ben Affleck and a cancellation of her tour. Correct me if I'm wrong, that was due to a lack of ticket sales, a lack of interest. Mr. Carr, yes, is passionate, brilliant storyteller. I rather enjoyed the intermission. And I understood exactly what he was saying, his first-person account of what went down there. And I'd like to know what you thought about it, the Motown hairdo that he felt threatened into getting. But the salsa intermission, J-Lo's attitude, the fist raised in the air, I'm going to show him why I'm here. Okay. What do you say about this? And what should she say?
J-Lo should say nothing. I feel like the more J-Lo does and says, the more trouble she gets herself. She should address it, but it's not going to be better if and when she does address it. You know, this Motown tribute was problematic though from the get-go. Like, why? Give it to a Black performer. I don't know why it was offered to her, and I don't know why she accepted. But okay, maybe I do know why she accepted, because J-Lo has built an entire career off of Black people, not off of the Black audience, but off of Black performers from the very beginning, when she was handed a singing career just to stick it to Mariah Carey, as if J-Lo can even compete with Mariah Carey on that level. Let's not even talk about Tommy Mottola. Let's not talk about Shantae Moore or Ashanti or Carrie Hilson or Christina Milian, all of these Black performers that J-Lo has allegedly taken their vocals from, taken songs from them, taken just actual jobs from these women, right? A lot of these women don't even really have much of a career anymore. And a lot of it is thanks to J-Lo. And oh my God, like J-Lo, she cannot catch a break. A very, very small part of me kind of feels bad for her, but she makes it difficult for that feeling to persist for very long, right? She's always felt insecure about her place in the music industry because of the way that she got her break in the music industry. So I think she works extra hard to make up for that insecurity. And lately it has not been paying off for her. She's getting a divorce from the love of her life. She dumped, what was it, like $20 million of her own money into a vanity project that literally no one wanted. No one asked for this, right? And she insisted on getting it done. I watched it. I watched her music movie thing.
This Is Me? Made. What was it? Yeah. This is Me, right?
This Is Me Now.
This Is Me Now.
I watched it, and I watched the documentary that accompanied it. The documentary was longer than the actual movie thing. It's not a movie. It's not a music video. So I don't know what to call it. I watched it, and it was hard to get through, right? But what I saw was a woman who was working so hard. She really put a lot of herself into the project. And the problem was that it was all egocentric, right? It was all about her. It was all about this love that she had with this man. And in the documentary, it has Ben Affleck in there saying how much he doesn't want this to happen. He's a private guy. And him getting back with Jennifer Lopez in the first place, he was like, you know what? She likes to be public. I like to be private. Maybe it can work this time. And then the first thing she does is she puts out a movie and a documentary about the relationship. So it's no surprise that they're divorced now. And, you know, this whole Motown thing goes back to that whole egocentricity of Jennifer Lopez. And I really hope that she can kind of get past that if she wants to find love in her life and also learn to love herself.
Yeah.
Please, Jennifer, for all our sakes, please.
And, you know, it reminds me of the argument I had with my Republican friend. We were talking about people getting more of their share of opportunity for the American dream, capitalism, whatever. And he said, well, there's nothing wrong with someone advocating for themselves. And I said, we're talking about stealing from others, begrudging other people so you can have it all and they don't get anything to shoot for. That's what we were arguing about. And it strikes me because part of what I recall reading about Ben Affleck was he had written her things. And they're very personal things between the two
Oh
of
my
them.
God. Yes.
And
Yes.
she
The
had, am I
Notebook.
right? She took
Yes.
these things and gave them to the songwriters. She
No,
didn't
no,
even write the songs
no.
herself. She
He
turned them
it,
over.
it was a book that he made her full of love letters that he had written her
Ah,
over the years, very personal love letters, and he gave it to her as a gift whenever they got back together. What was it, 20 years later? And then she took this very personal private book and put it out during rehearsals for all the dancers to look at so that they could understand the story and what they were doing. And Ben Affleck found out later that she had shown this very personal private thing that he had given to the woman that he loves to everyone. And he seemed a little not happy about it. And he talked about it in the documentary. It was so crazy. And I
it seems
can't
very
even imagine doing that
narcissistic.
to somebody.
It seems so narcissistic
Yeah.
and at the same time
It's insane.
insecure, which many narcissists are. I'm not diagnosing her. I just, my
Yeah.
hobby, I read up on narcissists. She didn't care about how that would affect her partner, the love of her life.
Yeah.
And she perhaps wanted them to feel the love, but perhaps wanted to
Knowing how
validate
private he
herself.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does love me. All these times for years, everyone thought that, I wasn't good enough, which was maybe what she was thinking. Okay. You
It's
got to see this.
unbelievable.
It's pretty unbelievable. And so
Yeah.
there's perhaps this disconnect bringing us back to the Motown thing. There's a
Yeah.
disconnect here because you said something very important. I was
Mhm.
focused on why they would ask her. Yes, but you're
Yeah.
right. If you don't have that disconnect, that blind spot, why would you accept? You're so right.
And then to inject a salsa number into a Motown tribute, like if that's not like disconnected and just very in yourself and in what was going to make her look better, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Very
They
strange.
thought Mariah was being petty. They thought Shakira was being petty.
No, no.
There's others who said, "Have this little look at me and
And
box everyone out,"
I mean,
like
it's
some
like what
world
was
leader
the
at the G
song?
Summit did from America. And she's kind of that type. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was a song she did with Ja Rule. What was it? I think it was Irene.
Uh-huh.
I'm not
Uh-huh.
mistaken, where she says the
Na, na,
N
na,
word.
na, 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 na. Uh-huh.
Yes. And the reason why she says the N word and she got a lot of flack for it was
Mm-hmm.
because it was written for a black singer to sing it,
Yeah.
And it's like, and they didn't even think to change the lyrics or because he could have just changed the lyrics a little bit,
Cultural
but they didn't do that.
appropriation,
Yeah. So
blind spot. What's for
what are you
me
gonna
is for me, and what's for
do?
you is for me.
Justice
She's
for
awful
J-Lo.
beautiful, but beauty is as beauty does, and perhaps some self-reflection. I don't know if she's ever had counseling, and I don't know if stars at her level where a certain level of narcissism is appreciated and even perhaps necessary. But
Yeah.
if there's ever a time to do it, as she's now going through divorce, is this divorce number 4?
Or
Now's the
her
time.
divorce. Yeah.
Now's the time, Jenny. Go around the block, find you somebody who can sit you down and
No,
help
just
you.
like, yeah, learn to love yourself, Jennifer.
Love
That's what we all
yourself.
want for
So
you.
who are you
I want
trying
to
to
love
prove to?
Jennifer, but she makes it very
Yes.
difficult. She seems like
Wow.
when she's like being fun, that she's fun. She seems fun to me,
Hmm.
but it's like just be that and not all the other
That part is
horrific
easy to
things.
love, but
Yeah.
she's working overtime, making us, even Benny Medina, the superstar manager who put her on. And
Yeah.
remember, they went through a thing and he had some nasty, wasn't just over money. He was like, she's used everyone in her life and now I'm up next. They're back
Yeah.
together. Okay. But
Yeah.
why is everyone saying the same thing?